The Scholar and the Rebel. In the bustling city of Mumbai, amidst its chaotic streets and vibrant culture, there lived two inseparable friends, Arjun and Vikram. They were as different as night and day. Arjun was a diligent and studious young boy, while Vikram was known for his rebellious disdain for academics. Arjun was the epitome of a model student. With his thick-rimmed glasses perched on his nose, he could often be found buried in books at the local library, his passion for learning shining through in every aspect of his life. He had a thirst for knowledge that seemed insatiable, eager to explore new subjects and delve deeper into his studies. On the other hand, Vikram was the complete opposite. With his unkempt hair and mischievous grin, he was the quintessential troublemaker of their neighborhood. He scoffed at the idea of spending hours poring over textbooks, preferring his time causing mischief and seeking out adventure. Despite their stark differences, Arjun and Vikram had been friends since childhood. They had grown up together, their bond forged through countless shared experiences and moments of laughter. But as they entered their teenage years, their abalities began to create tension between them, especially as the pressures of academic success loomed large with the upcoming final exams. As the exam season approached, Arjun could feel the weight of expectations bearing down on him. He spent every waking moment buried in his books, poring over notes tirelessly. He knew that these exams were crucial for his future, and he was determined to excel. Meanwhile, Vikram seemed completely unfazed by the impending exams. While Arjun stressed over his studies, Vikram continued to roam the streets with his friends, laughing if exams were the furthest thing from his mind. Arjun tried to persuade Vikram to join him in his studies, but his friend simply shrugged off his concerns, insisting that he would be fine without putting in any effort. As the days passed and the exams drew nearer, Arjun's anxiety only grew stronger. He couldn't understand how Vikram could be so carefree in the face of such an important event. He pleaded with his friend to take his studies seriously, warning him of the consequences of failure, but Vikram remained stubbornly defiant. Finally, the day of the exams arrived, and Arjun found him in the examination hall, his heart pounding with nervous anticipation. He glanced around anxiously, searching for Vikram, but his friend was nowhere to be seen. As the hours ticked by, Arjun struggled to focus on the exam paper before him, his mind plagued by worries about Vikram. When the exams were finally over, Arjun rushed out of the examination hall, his thoughts consumed by concern for his friend. He searched frantically through the crowds of students, his heart sinking with each passing moment. Just as he was about to give up hope, he spotted Vikram lounge bench, a carefree smile playing on his lips. Relief flooded through Arjun as he rushed over to his friend, shaking him by the shoulders. "Where have you been?" he demanded, his voice filled with frustration. "You missed the exams." Vikram shrugged nonchalantly, as if they were of no consequence to him. "I had better things to do," he replied with a smirk. Arjun felt a surge of anger rising within him. How could Vikram be so reckless, so irresponsible? Did he not understand the importance of these exams, the impact they could have on their futures? But as Vikram's eyes, he saw something that took him aback. There was a glint of defiance, yes, but there was also something else, a hint of sadness, a flicker of vulnerability that Arjun had never noticed before. In that moment, Arjun realized that Vikram's bravado was just a facade, to hide his insecurities and fears. He realized that while he may have excelled in academics, Vikram had struggled in ways that he could never fully comprehend. With a newfound understanding, Arjun reached out and clasped Vikram's hand in his own. "I'm sorry," he said softly. "I didn't realize how much pressure you were under. I shouldn't have judged you." Vikram looked up at Arjun, surprise flickering in his eyes. "You mean that?" he asked, his voice tinged with uncertainty. Arjun nodded earnestly. "Of course," he replied. You're my friend, Vikram. And no matter what happens, I'll always be here for you. A smile spread across Vikram's face, genuine and heartfelt. In that moment, the walls between them crumbled away, leaving only the unbreakable bond of friendship that had stood the test of time. As they walked home together, Arjun realized that while he may have been the scholar, it was Vikram who had taught him the true meaning of friendship: acceptance, understanding, and unwavering support, even in the face of adversity. And as they faced the uncertain future that lay ahead, Arjun knew that with Vikram by his side they could overcome any obstacle that came their way, together, as friends forever.